afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so impressed by this crowd. You guys are ready to have a great day from the looks of it, so thank you so much for coming. I'm Ashley Collins. I'm an on-air host and reporter for Bally Sports right here in Cleveland, and it is such an exciting day for soccer fans around the world. Of course, for fans of the U.S. men's national team as they take on Wales in their first match of the World Cup this afternoon. I know you're all excited for that, right? As exciting as it is to welcome U.S. men's soccer back to the World Cup stage, a match that we will be showing right here, after party for everyone to enjoy. After this announcement, we are equally thrilled to be talking about the future of professional soccer right here in Cleveland, Ohio. To kick us off here today, I'd like to welcome Charles Altchek, president of MLS NEXT Pro.
Thank you, Ashley, and thank you, Cleveland. What a great turnout. So really appreciate you all making it out today. I'm going to try to be brief, but at the same time, I want to be sure that I give you a sense for what we're all about as a league and what this is all going to be about and what it's going to mean for Cleveland. So what a special time for the sport of soccer. Around the world, all across the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, and most importantly for all of us gathered today right here in Cleveland, Ohio. With the U.S. men's national team kicking off their World Cup campaign in less than an hour, it is fitting that we have come together to celebrate the world's game, the beautiful game. Soccer is the universal language. No matter where you come from or what language you speak, the sport cuts across all differences and breaks down all barriers. In our first season, we had fans from over 180 countries tune into our games, and that will only grow with our new global partnership with Apple starting next year. But today is about Cleveland. I'm thrilled to be back. As I've spent time here over the years and watching your teams from afar, I've learned of Clevelanders' pride and passion, not only for your sports teams, but for your city and what it stands for. It is fitting then that a Clevelander, one of your own, has been leading the charge to bring professional soccer to your great city. I've had the good fortune of working with many visionaries over the years, folks who do not take no for an answer, who do not get distracted or deterred, and folks who, against the odds, take an idea and make it reality. Michael Murphy, one of your own, is a visionary. Yeah. When I met Michael and his co-founder Nolan Gallagher, they were direct about their plan. Bring professional soccer back to Cleveland for the community, for the region, for the fans. Michael and Nolan were clear. It is about more than the sport. It is about making a positive impact way beyond the field. That deep sense of community is exactly what MLS NEXT Pro stands for. Our league is built on 4 pillars: local communities and ensuring that our clubs are connected and contributing in every way, player development and creating the pathway for the next generation of stars, innovating and using the platform that we've built to continue to push the sport of soccer forward, and a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and creating opportunities for all of those who want to work in and around the sport. Your team, Cleveland's team, will embody these values and more. Over the past number of months, we have met with Cleveland's leaders, Mayor Bibb, Bradford Davey, David Gilbert, and the stewards of some of the leading Cleveland-based companies. They have been unanimous in their overwhelming support for your future team on behalf of the city and for the fans. I want to thank them for welcoming us with open arms. As I get to the next page. And the timing could not be better for Cleveland to bring professional soccer back. We just completed our inaugural season last month, crowning our first champion down I-71 at Lower.com Field, with the Crew 2 winning the first ever MLS NEXT Pro Cup. And over the past few weeks, we have launched 2 new teams, one in Huntsville, Alabama, and one in High Point, North Carolina. And now, here we are in Cleveland, already looking ahead to 2025 and to a team that will be built to win championships. Speaking of champions, we have a champion among us today, a Clevelander with multiple caps for the U.S. men's national team, an MLS All-Star, an MLS Cup champion and a champion right here in Northeast Ohio at St. Ignatius High School, Justin Morrow, who I first met during the pandemic as he was leading the formation of a game-changing organization, Black Players for Change, and who will be instrumental in building the sport in the city that he calls home. Cleveland, you are lucky to have him. Today would not be possible without Justin, Michael, Nolan, the mayor, Bradford Davey, David Gilbert, and all of those who believe in what soccer in Cleveland will mean for this city and who have worked diligently over the past year to bring this vision to life. But today is about the fans, the supporters, and the young soccer players who will now have a team to call their own, to cheer for at home and on the road, week in and week out. Cleveland, we are looking forward to building something special together. And as we like to remind ourselves, we are just getting started. Welcome to MLS NEXT Pro.
Thank you, Charles. It's an exciting day, of course, to be a Cleveland sports fan. Before we get to our next speaker, we'd like to show you a short video. All right, is everyone excited after that? At this time now, I'd like to introduce you to Michael Murphy, the CEO and co-founder of the Cleveland Soccer Group, the true brain and heart of this operation. Without the months and years of behind-the-scenes work from Michael, his team, and league officials like Charles, professional soccer of this caliber would not be possible for Cleveland. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Michael Murphy.
Thank you, Ashley. What a crowd. This is great. Diverse, inclusive, big, global, growing. These are the qualities of soccer that drew me to the sport. To me, that's why it's called the beautiful game. We formed Cleveland Soccer Group to bring professional men's and women's soccer to Cleveland. Pro soccer will drive civic pride, foster economic development, and connect us to countries and billions of soccer fans around the world. We are excited to partner today with MLS NEXT Pro, and if we do it right, soccer will transform this region for the better. We have a rich history of soccer here, and we're going to be intentional about working with our diverse communities to seek their support for a new soccer pro club, or new pro club, a club that will bring Clevelanders together like never before. Soccer is tangible, it's accessible, and it's a common language. It's the perfect vehicle to reignite our relationships with Cleveland's 23 global sister cities, including Lima, Peru, Taipei, Taiwan, Bangalore, India. Those sister cities together boast almost 100 professional men's and women's soccer clubs. I can't wait to reach out and let them know that Cleveland's also going to be in the mix. We're thrilled that our games will be broadcast globally through Major League Soccer's new long-term deal on Apple TV, an incredible platform to share our special brand of soccer with the world. To do it right, the time for professional soccer is now. If you feel the excitement today for the World Cup, imagine what it's going to be like 4 years in the future when the United States hosts the World Cup. Between now and then, this country expects to have 34 million new soccer fans. To do it right, we're going to work with stakeholders to design and build a best-in-class soccer-first stadium and training facilities for professional and youth clubs. To do it right, we founded the Cleveland Soccer Group Foundation, which along with our partners will ensure that all of Cleveland's diverse communities will feel the energy the beautiful game can bring. We will build neighborhood mini pitches for soccer fans young and old, and you'll hear more about this soon. To do it right, Cleveland will become a pillar of our national soccer program. To do it right, we will stay committed to what soccer is and what can be for our region. Today's announcement that we are joining MLS NEXT Pro is an exciting initial step towards our long-term vision. But we did not get here alone, and I want to quickly offer some much-deserved thank yous. Charles, every interaction we've had with the league and your team has been first class. We're building a relationship built on trust and a common understanding of why we're so excited about MLS NEXT Pro. We look forward to working with you to grow the league to its full potential. Uniformly liked and respected on the Cleveland and national soccer scene, Coach Mike McLaughlin has been a trusted source of wisdom. I had the good fortune to call him Mr. McLaughlin 30 years ago when he taught me freshman theology at St. Ignatius. I sought his approval then, and I suppose some things never change. Your encouragement and counsel over the last year has helped immensely. Mike introduced me to one of his former players in Justin Morrow, who, as Charles mentioned, had a very storied soccer career. That alone would be reason for me to reach out to you and say, hey, help me build what we're building in Cleveland. But your leadership off the field and desire to make an impact on communities like Cleveland has drawn us together. Thank you for being here today. Another former professional soccer player turned soccer executive, Kevin Mendoza, is joining us today. Kevin's in from Mexico City. Thank you for your friendship and education on soccer academies, scouting, and the development of players. It's relationships like ours that get me excited about how accessible this global game can be for Cleveland. As the founder of the Northeast Women's Sports Alliance, Barb Anthony has been so helpful to the Cleveland Soccer Group, especially thinking through issues of equity and player health and safety. Barb, your cause is true and your energy is contagious. Please keep it up. When I thought I might get serious about soccer, a call was to Dee Haslam. Dee, thank you for your candor and encouragement. Haslam Sports Group has been nothing but gracious in sharing their network and expertise on this journey. And of course, congratulations to the Columbus crew too on winning the first MLS NEXT Pro Cup. Just don't get used to it. Cleveland Pro Soccer is coming and we're building now to win cups. But seriously though, think about this. Cleveland and Columbus, we don't compete professionally in football, basketball, baseball, or hockey. But in a couple of years, we're going to go head-to-head on the soccer pitch, and that's going to be a great regional rivalry for many, many years. Thank you to my fellow speakers today, David Gilbert, Mayor Bibb, the city's Chief Strategy Officer, Bradford Davey, County Executive-elect Chris Ronayne, if he's here. I haven't seen him yet. All right, Chris is here. Good to see you, Chris, just in time. And Justin Morrow. Not just for speaking today together, but for really getting behind this idea of pro soccer. You took meetings, you wrote letters, you wrote op-eds, you sat on Zoom calls because you care, because you understand the potential of soccer and you want to do something about it. The new political leadership for our region is invigorating. A special thanks to Joe Simperman, president of Global Cleveland, for being an early supporter of this project, as well as to Majority Leader of Cleveland City Council, Carrie McCormick, whose ward is hosting this event today. Lastly, I want to offer some thanks closer to home. Tammy Sprons, you joined me as my right hand earlier this year. Tammy, your professionalism and dedication helped me transition from a career in media and entertainment to a new career in professional sports. This event today does not happen without you. Nathan Kelly has dedicated his career to this region and has earned the trust of both the public and the private sectors. I always enjoy collaborating with you, Nate, on projects big and small. Thanks for your friendship and support. A heartfelt thankfuls to my co-founder, Nolan Gallagher, After 15 years of starting, growing, and selling businesses, it's reassuring to know that shorthand we've developed will be a steady force in my life going forward. Your love of sports, your business savvy, and your dedication to this region will serve Cleveland Pro Soccer well. Thanks, Nolan. To my family, you're everything to me. Mom and Dad, this is what I've been working on. Thanks for your unwavering support. Helena, Maya, and Chloe, I'm very proud of you. And one of the joys of fatherhood for me has been coaching you in track, basketball, and soccer, and watching you compete. I'm so glad we're able to expose you to organized sports because the long-term benefits are considerable, especially for girls. Margot, I look forward to continuing this journey with you. You're beautiful, smart, and I appreciate your counsel more than you ever know. I love you, and I promise that not every family vacation will include soccer. Over the course of the next year, we'll seek feedback on what our brand of Cleveland Pro Soccer should be called, what it should look like. We're going to partner with companies who value doing pro soccer the right way and are thoughtful around facility planning and development so that going to the soccer game in Cleveland is an experience like none other. We have a big vision, but do not have all the answers, do not have all the ideas. We know there's a vibrant soccer community right here in Cleveland, evidenced by this showing. And this is an invitation to collaborate and bring the beautiful game to Cleveland the right way and to transform this region for generations. Join us on this endeavor worthy of pursuit. We subscribe to the African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michael. While today is a celebration of professional soccer coming to Cleveland, this team also signals the opportunity to further foster economic development in this great city. To talk about the intersection of sport and economic advancement, I would like to introduce David Gilbert, CEO of Destination Cleveland and the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission.
Thanks, everybody. Just, boy, this crowd here today just signals how long we've been waiting for this. This is such an incredible and passionate sports town. Our sports are so tied up into the identity of our community, our economy, oftentimes our moods, particularly on Mondays. We're very fortunate. We are very fortunate that we are the home to so many incredible teams. Our Browns, our Guardians, our Cavs. We are one of the top cities in America for the hosting of major events. You think about just the last few years with MLB All-Star Game, NFL Draft, NBA All-Star Game, NCAA Women's Final Four coming up. In soccer, just over the past number of years, several international friendlies on the men's and women's side at First Energy Stadium, and 17 and 19 CONCACAF Gold Cup hosts. This city loves and appreciates our sports, but there has been a huge void in professional soccer. And thrilled that this today signals that we are going to be filling that void. I have to say that I've been so impressed in dealing with Michael and Nolan and knew from the minute, from my perspective, started talking with them. I have to tell you, there's been a lot of talk over the years of professional soccer coming to Cleveland. These are the gentlemen to do it. Their passion and dedication to this is far beyond anything I've seen, and I think what we're seeing kicked off today is really just scratching the surface. So a big thanks to Charles and Ali for having the confidence in Cleveland and our community will not disappoint. And to Nolan and Michael, thank you for what you're doing for all of us in here and for our entire community. Thank you all.
Thank you, David. David, of course, he and his team do such an amazing job here in Cleveland, bringing all of these wonderful events. So looking forward to something else to add to that mix, of course. And bringing another professional sports franchise to Cleveland would not be possible without the support, of course, of local leadership. Michael and his team at the Cleveland Soccer Group have been working with state and local government officials to turn this idea into a reality. While Mayor Justin Bibb couldn't be with us in person today due to a prior commitment, he did send us a video. Let's take a listen.
Hi everyone, it's Mayor Justin Bibb. I'm sorry that I can't be there with you today in person, but on behalf of the city, I want to say congratulations to the Cleveland Soccer Group on their exciting announcement about the future of professional soccer right here in Cleveland. We look forward to working with you on your long-term vision to bring the world's game to our great city. MLS NEXT Pro has made a fantastic decision in picking Cleveland as a market for one of its next expansion teams. We have the best fans in the land, and we know they will support pro soccer. I look forward to the future where our professional soccer teams are household names like the Browns, Cavs, and the Guardians. One of the key focuses of my administration is global competitiveness and differentiation. As we think about the assets we have and those that we need to compete globally, professional soccer in Cleveland opens countless doors to bring the world to our city and our city to the world. We already have a good working relationship with our sister cities, but being able to communicate through the global common language of soccer will bring even more richness to those relationships. I hope you have an amazing event today. Let's go USA. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Mayor Bibb. We wish you could have been here, of course, but an outstanding video today. Understanding the importance of its future fan base is essential to the Cleveland Soccer Group's long-term vision here. In fact, the Cleveland Soccer Group leadership will be hosting a series of listening sessions over the first half of 2023, where the Cleveland community can help share the future of its newest sports team. To talk about the importance of community engagement, I'd like to welcome Bradford Davey, the Chief Strategy Officer for the City of Cleveland.
Friends, neighbors, soccer fans, I am so excited to be here with you today as we welcome professional soccer back home. It's coming home. A few months ago, the mayor and I had an opportunity to connect with the Cleveland Soccer Group and the leadership at NEXT Pro, and we were so impressed by their commitment to invest in local neighborhoods and local communities, and their really deep commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Whether it is reinvigorating Highland Park Golf Course or partnering with the Cavs for midnight basketball, Mayor Bibb and the administration is all in on harnessing the power of sport to transform the lives of individuals. And that's why we are all in with the Cleveland Soccer Group, and we are so interested and committed to working with you on a long-term plan. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Bradford. Right now, I'd like to introduce Cuyahoga County Executive-elect Chris Ronayne. Chris has been a major cheerleader for Cleveland on both the local and international stage. Just last week, he was representing the Great Lakes states at the Climate Change Conference in Egypt. Oh. Take it away.
I'm still on Egypt time. Hello, everybody. Hello, soccer fans. Hello, football fans. Football with an F-U-T-B-O-L. Good to see you. We're not used to that in Cleveland. Although, I will say, yes, I'm a day into our transition for the next Cuyahoga County government, and I was spending time with a few hundred employees this morning at Cuyahoga County government, but made my way over here, and I was thinking about coming to Cleveland as a kid. We were, back in my earliest years, Sting fans. That was the Chicago Sting back in the 70s, 80s, and we came to Cleveland, and I was maybe an odd duck as a athlete who had two sports not as familiar to our nation, but my brother and I played hockey and soccer. And soccer was just getting going, but it was important to us as kids to have soccer in Cleveland. For those who know the positions, I was a stopper, somewhere between the sweeper and the striker, but we were looking for some soccer in Cleveland. And back when, there was the Cleveland Cobras. Anybody remember the Cleveland Cobras? BW, George Finney Stadium. We used to go out there on a Friday night. You remember, all right. The Cleveland Cobras were a fantastic family outing. A good bang for the buck, but most importantly, it was kids could be with their families and be with soccer that they loved. We then graduated to the Cleveland Force. Everybody remembers the Cleveland Force, right? All right. And by that time, my brother and I were driving down to Richfield to watch games, and I'll never forget a night we snuck into a seat, and lo and behold, it had to be Gib Shanley's seat. You remember Gib from sports fame of Channel 43? Good old Gib said to my brother, "Now you can stay in the seat, fellas." So that was one of those wonderful games at a Cleveland Force night, but remembering that with my brother. And then came the Cleveland Crunch. And then we, of course, so yeah, from the Cobras to the Force to the Crunch. And then we sort of dropped off, and we were missing, and I'll say this to Mayor Bibb, the fifth sport, because I always add to his Cavs, Guardians, and Browns, the Monsters. And now, MLS NEXT Pro. Mike, congratulations to you and your family for what you've put together. It is a journey to get here, and I want to say on behalf of the incoming county administration, we look forward to working with you. I'm looking out to some partners from the state, and I want to say to State Rep Monique Smith, to State Rep Shayla Davis, to soon-to-be State Senator Kent Smith, and State Senator Nikki Antonio. We look forward to working with you guys at the state and any other state representatives or senators I met, because it's going to take that whole partnership from the city to the county to the state to make this work. But I want to just close out on a couple of thoughts about what soccer football means to us as a community and to the world. We are, in Cuyahoga County, a family of 120 different nations. People from all over the world come to Cuyahoga County to live, to work, to experience, and they're here now. All you got to do is look through the Cleveland Cultural Gardens on Rockefeller Park, MLK Drive, and see what our ethnic mosaic is really all about. And this is a good thing for Cuyahoga County and Cleveland to have soccer, because soccer, and I just came, as was said, from halfway around the world from a conference and came home, and I noticed one thing. The common language beyond music and food around the globe is soccer. It's what people relate to in the many nations around the world. So number one, we've rejoined the conversation. Number two, we're all the more an international city. And finally, for full circle to my experiences growing up, I have a 13 and a 14-year-old, and I can't wait to bring them to an MLS NEXT Pro game. I brought my daughter to a women's Olympic game that was hosted, a pre-Olympic game down at the stadium years ago, and it was bonding. So finally, soccer's a family. It's about your family, and it's about the family around the world. I have a father-in-law who came from Beirut. I have a stepfather who came from Italy. I had a neighbor who came from Argentina. Three older gentlemen at the time in their 70s who I'll never forget playing soccer in our front yard with my little kids, because soccer is intergenerational and people from all over the world can relate. So this is, yes, a more global Cleveland, a more global Cuyahoga County, because soccer is coming. To speak a common language, to build community among all of us, and finally, to be an intergenerational outing for our families. Thank you, Michael, for bringing that to us. We cannot wait to watch. Let's go.
Thank you, Chris. A lot of passion, of course. We're almost getting towards the end. If I could just keep your attention a little longer. It's a little loud in the back. Whoever's at the bar over there, so we're almost done here. But what does bringing an MLS NEXT Pro team to Cleveland mean for the league, especially players maybe coming to Cleveland for the first time? Right now, I'd like to introduce Justin Morrow, and I have a long list of things here, so stay seated for just a second, please. A member of the Cleveland Soccer Group's advisory board, the 2021 recipient of the MLS Humanitarian of the Year Award, an MLS All-Star, former member of the U.S. men's national team, and also happens to be a Cleveland native, having won multiple state championships at St. Ignatius, just right around the corner, a team that recently celebrated its 12th state title and became the first high school soccer program in Ohio to claim a four-peat at the state championship level. So very impressive. With that, let's welcome Justin Morrow to the stage.
All right, thank you. Couldn't let you go without hearing from the hometown boy for a little bit. Don't worry, game's right around the corner, we got you. 12-year veteran of Major League Soccer, born and raised right here in Cleveland, Ohio. My pro soccer journey, it took me far and wide, but I took Cleveland with me everywhere I went, right here. And it was through playing this sport, traveling around the city, all around the city. You can ask my mom, she's in the crowd, she'll tell you about it, all around the city, that I learned about the values that our community cares about. Values like hard work, dedication, resiliency, reliability, being that guy that shows up day in, day out on the hard days, not just the good days, on the hard days when it's freezing cold. And a little bit of craziness too. Cleveland, we got that in us a little bit of craziness. It's that can-do attitude. It's that against the odds attitude. I have that in me. That's the way I played the game. That's the way I live my life. And I have that thanks to the people here in Cleveland that showed me that. My parents in the crowd, my family, my day ones, my extended family that's in the crowd, and the coaches and the teammates that are in the crowd as well. You guys are the soccer community here. And even though I went far and wide, listen, this journey was incredible. I never thought that I would go as far as I did growing up in this city. It's a sports town. I watched the Cavs. I watched the Browns. I went to Jacobs Field and watched. And I just wanted to play in the big leagues. And I never thought that I would have the career that I did. I remember hugging my dad after I was drafted and telling him, we made it. And I didn't know what was to come. I won trophies. I traveled the world. I was an all-star. I played for the national team. I wore the badge on my chest. But nothing will compare to the moment when we kick off in 2025 and having all of us there and bringing this thing home, because we're going to build a new pathway for players here in Cleveland so that they don't have to leave the way that I had to, and they can stay right here in their hometown and play in front of their family and friends. And I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have joined this project with just anyone. I know Michael and Nolan, you guys have gotten a lot of kudos today. I'm gonna give you a little bit more. These guys are the right guys to be doing this. Michael, I'm gonna tell the story of when you first came to me with the idea and we had breakfast, and Michael was fresh off a trip to Mexico and he had all these ideas in his head. He wants to play friendlies, he wants to fly teams in. He was laying out the grand plan for me and trying to sell me. And he said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Michael, this project will go as far as you go, because the people here deserve this. They are ready for this." And he hasn't wavered since day one. Michael and Nolan, I'm so happy for you guys. Thank you for bringing this. All right, so I'm gonna shut up now. Game's right around the corner. Enjoy today. I'll be around. Please say hi to me. We're gonna take a picture together. I'm gonna sign some autographs. You're gonna see a lot more of me in the upcoming years in the lead up to 2025. And go USA.
Thank you, Justin. He'll be very busy. Lots of autographs and pictures to be taken, so find him. There's so much excitement here today, everyone, and this is just the beginning. We are looking forward to hearing more about the team's name, their color, and the crest in the near future. So I'd like to once again welcome Michael Murphy to the stage with some closing thoughts for us here today.
Thanks, Ashley, and thanks for everybody keeping your speeches tight, because we've got a game coming up here soon. Today is about the announcement of MLS NEXT Pro coming to Cleveland. That is what this is about. But our vision has always been, from the beginning, about men's and women's professional soccer. So I would be remiss if I didn't share some news with you today. The National Women's Soccer League, the NWSL, the top professional women's soccer league in the world, is expanding. We have submitted our application, and we've been working with the league the last few months, and just found out recently that we're progressing to the next round. Cleveland, we're in the game. I want to thank David Gilbert and the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission for your initial help on this, and the mayor's office. And I really want to thank State Senator-elect Kent Smith and your colleagues in the Cuyahoga County delegation. You've been great supporters from the beginning. You came to me, you heard me mention NWSL, you said, here's a letter. And the letter says, Northeast Ohio girls need sheroes, role models, and greater representation in professional sports. I couldn't agree more. Cleveland, we need your support. Send us your videos and letters. We're going to share them with the league. Details are on our website, which should be live now at clevelandprosoccer.com. We've also opened up our priority ticket list, where fans can sign up to be at the front of the line for NWSL tickets. Let's show the league that we have tremendous fan support so the next NWS expansion team comes to Cleveland, Ohio. So, and with that note, before we get to the World Cup, we're going to leave you with one more inspirational video. Let's bring the beautiful game to Cleveland. Thank you. We're just getting started.
It's known by many names.
Football.
Soccer.
But it's known around the world by one. The beautiful game. The beautiful game unites us. Its beauty is found in corner lots, in backyards, in school fields, in stadiums. It's found in the hearts of the young and the not so young. It doesn't care about gender. The beautiful game is for everyone. It's found all over the world, and now professional soccer is coming back to Cleveland, a place where it has history.
There are 21,000 people packed in this place. All hail the Cleveland Clutch.
The people of Cleveland have really caught on with the Clutch.
Its beauty has always been found here.
The U.S. soccer team is in Cleveland on the banks of Lake Erie.
And now, a new pro soccer team is coming to Cleveland.
The beautiful game is amazing. Friendship.
Community.
Family. Fun. The beautiful game is life.
Let's bring the beautiful game to Cleveland.
Let's bring the beautiful game to Cleveland. Yeah.
So much to be excited for here in Cleveland. Thank you all for attending today's event. You can go to clevelandprosoccer.com, check it out. And again, just so excited to be here in Cleveland today. And like we mentioned, Justin will have some autographs. We're going to be showing the match. Find him, grab a beer, grab some food, have some fun today. And thank you all again. We really appreciate it. Enjoy the day.